do 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 do. Good afternoon, everybody, and happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. And, oh, Frank stole the lead from me. Yes, that's okay. This was a no-hitter in real life. By Sonny Siebert. That's right. Yeah, I wasn't going to give it away. Yesterday I said that both pitchers went the distance, but I was going to... Anyway, you can look it up on Baseball Reference. It's not a big secret. Thank you, Frank. In his game, the Indians won 3-2. It was 2-0 in real life. Hello there, Unmitigated. Hello, Franklin. Hi, Mike. Hi, Ben. Franklin got the new Out of the Park 26 for a half off downloaded. Well, half off is always good. That's kind of like, reminds me of Victoria's Secret. They always have women's clothes half off. No, there's no thunder, Frank. I gotta say, I mean, this is, it's public knowledge, right? It's all good. All right, Franklin created a fictional league. So they already have, I guess 26 means 2026. So I'm assuming they're kind of like the car dealers, right? They've released the 26 model in 25. Hello to Bob Cole. Okay, we're off to a good start today. Humorous one anyway. And we've got the game. It's Washington at Cleveland, of course. First of a 3-game set. Washington 25-30. Cleveland is 27-22. They're the third place team. Yesterday we saw the second place team, the Twins. The Indians are 8.5 back of the Orioles and 5.5 back of the Twins. And also one of only 3 teams in the American League above 500. That's right. Baltimore, Minnesota, and Cleveland. 3 of 10 teams. Everybody else is under 500. Kansas City and the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers will see on Sunday. They're tied for 4th, 24-26. Excellent, Ben. Still treating you well? I've had my 2016 Sonata for almost 7 years. So as mentioned, it's Phil Ortega for Washington and Sonny Siebert for Cleveland. Let's look at their numbers. Ortega on the year, 2-4 with a 3.86 ERA. He's made 11 starts, 1 relief appearances. He has 1 complete game. It was a shutout. Sonny Siebert, 6-2, 3.95. In 10 starts, he's completed 4 of them. And they give you this year's players. Wow, how the hell do they do that? Okay, I'm completely stumped by this game, Franklin. Don't let that deter you in any way. Your stepson totaled at 25 years old. Wow. That was probably around the peak or near the end of the peak of Honda's the high point in their history, I'd have to say. Here is the lineup now for Washington. It's going to be Don Blasingame leading off at second base. Bob Savarin will play third base today and bat second. Jim King is in right field. Frank Howard, of course, in the cleanup spot in left. Dick Nen is at first base. Don Locke in center field. Paul Casanova will be the catcher. Steady Eddie Brinkman at short. And Ortega, the pitcher, batting at ninth. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to get out of the way here before we play ball on the 4th of July. I may have to look into that. You can download that for Windows. Is that correct, Franklin? Okay, let's check in on the particulars. Just under 10,500 were in the park. What date was? It was June the 10th. What do I mean, what date was it? June the 10th was what day? It was a Friday. This was a night game. Seems like a small crowd for a Friday evening. Of course, Cleveland Stadium was a small park, wasn't it? In terms of attendance. It was actually a big park in terms of playing field. Jim Honachek behind the plate, Frank Umon at first. Jerry Neudecker will be the umpire at second base with Bill Kinnaman at third. I remembered, Ben. How about that? I almost forgot. It was close. Thank you for the correction, Ben. You thought we were a big ballpark. Well, I had it arse backwards. Doesn't it seem like a small crowd for a Friday night game? It does to me. Anyway, let's play ball. Here's Don Blasingame, batting .236, no home runs, just 2 RBIs. Left-handed batter, Siebert into the windup. That's going to be a 4-7 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Ouch. Yikes. Frank, oh my God. Thank God for Visa and MasterCard, I guess, huh? Okay, here's Savarin, .259, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Switch hitter batting lefty. Sonny Siebert comes in with a 5-8 grounder to second. Routine for Hauser, who flips it over to Whitfield. 2 down. Yeah, exactly. In fact, while we're at it, how well were they doing in real life, okay? Actually, my Indians are underperforming the real-life record by 4 games. They were 31-18 at this point in real life, which makes it even more odd if they couldn't put more than 10,000 plus in the stands. 2 down, here's Jim King, batting .252. Leads the club in home runs with 9, and in RBIs with 24. The pitch from Siebert is a 1-8, and he walks him. Well, that'll get Frank Howard to the plate with a man aboard. Howard, leading the club in batting at .298, just 3 homers, 23 RBIs. There's Thomas, thank you. Yeah, I remember that now. I remember the... Oh God, how many of you remember those little baseball preview pamphlets that were sponsored by Seagram's? You could pick them up on the counter of the liquor store. There's one to test your memory. And they'd have a picture of the park. Yeah, I remember now. Cleveland was huge. Unmitigated, the Frank Howard triples fan. Here we go. Seabird's pitch to Frank Howard is a 2-4 grounder to short. Charging it is Simone. Plenty of time on the run, throws him out, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a man left after half an inning. Washington nothing. Cleveland coming to bat against Phil Ortega. Here's the Indians lineup. Vic Davalillo leads it off in center field. Chico Simone is at short. Leon Wagner in left field. Max Alvis is at third base. Fred Whitfield at first base. Rocky Colavito, oddly, dropped down to the 6th spot in the order. He'll be in right. Dick Hauser at second. Joe Askew behind the plate. And Siebert the pitcher. Is that what it was, Franklin? Not very fan comfortable. Okay, Ortega's ready to go to work. Here's Vic Davalillo. Vic batting .250, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. Ortega gets his sign. Here's the pitch on a 2-2. He pops him up left side. Simone will take it. Whoops, never mind. Brinkman will take it. Get in the game, Steve. Here's Chico Simone. I don't know why I keep looking over there. For some reason, my mind is telling me that Cleveland's the road team. Okay, I got to snap out of that. Simone just 14 for 96, hitting 146. He has 1 home run. Ortega's pitch, a 5'10 right-handed. That's catcher's card. That's going to be Casanova. A 2E8. Here's the roll. On an 11, it's the E range. We've got a 6 on an E8, and that's going to be an error on Casanova, and Simone will reach. So a fairly rare E2. Simone's star 19 stealer. Let's check the battery. Ortega a -1 hold. Casanova a -1 arm. So we've got 17. He'll be held at 15. Leon Wagner at the plate. Wagner, the leading hitter on the team, 331. 9 home runs, 28 RBIs. He's going to swing away. Ortega's pitch is a 6-3 fly to right field X. King going back on that one. 2E5. Good outfielder. Here's the play. On a 16, he makes the catch for the out. Fly ball A. In fact, it's so deep that Simone's able to tag up and take second. So a fine play by King. He had to go a long way to make that catch. So far, in fact, Simone tags up and takes second, and here's Max Alvis. Alvis hitting just .209. He does have 8 home runs and 24 RBIs. Ortega's pitch is a 5'9 right-hander. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Howard at the track, at the wall, gone. And 2 unearned runs will cross the plate for the Indians. 5'9 righty, no doubt about it. Alvis has the power and deposits his 9th home run of the season into the left field seats. 2-0 Cleveland. So, shaking my head, I've got to give it up for Bertie Tebbetts. Put Max Alvis in the cleanup spot for this game, and man, did he clean it up. Here's Whitfield hitting .278, team leading 14 homers and 38 RBIs. That's going to be a 5-7. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will end the first inning. But 2 runs for the Indians on 1 hit. Nobody left. Both runs unearned as far as Ortega's record is concerned. We've played an inning. It's 2-0 Cleveland in their humongous ballpark. Well, Frank, if we're going to be plugging coffee, allow me to throw in a plug for Coastal Peaks, a local roaster out of San Luis Obispo, California. 2 locations. They have another one called Seven Sisters. It's the same coffee, same company. Right now, I'm enjoying a cup of Crockett Dark Roast. And we go to the second with Dick Nen to start it off. And it's been a struggle for Nen, hitting just 191. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. Siebert gets his sign. Here's the pitch on a 5-6 left-hander. That's going to be banged into right center over to cut it off. Colavito. Double to 7, and he'll hold with the long single. Just missed it. It's a leadoff single for Dick Nen. Nen, no threat to run. And the batter will be Don Locke. Locke hitting .221, 6 home runs, 12 RBIs. 6 home runs makes him 3rd on the Senators ball club. Siebert out of the stretch. 6-7 righty is a grounder to second base X. This could be 2. Hauser's a 4E13, however, and here's the play. It's going to be a 20. He has it. He goes to Simone for 1, and that's all they'll get. That'll be a force play, locked to first. And the batter will be Paul Casanova. Casanova hitting just 172. He does have 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Siebert's pitch on a 6-5 righty is a grounder to shortstop X. Another chance for a double play. And that's Simone, a 4E34. Charging the ball now on a 9. That will be the error range. It's a 7 on a 34, and he boots it. E6. Locke moves to second. One error per side already. Was it yesterday we had 5 errors, or was that the day before? Just recently, I know. Here's Eddie Brinkman. Brinkman hitting .248, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. Siebert checks the runners, comes to the plate 5-5 righty, and that's a high fly ball deep left field. He has the power. Going back is Wagner at the track, at the wall, and makes the catch at the wall. Holy cow. So Brinkman gave it a ride. But it's a loud out to left, and with 2 down, Phil Ortega. So Siebert maybe got a little bit lucky there in the second. Ortega, a right-handed hitter on a 6-2. He lifts a fairly deep fly ball to left field. Backing up is Wagner, and he hauls it in. No runs on a hit, 2 left. That could have been a lot worse for Sonny Siebert. Here's Phil Ortega now. Very quiet around here on a holiday today. I've got all the windows open. I don't even hear a bird today. Rocky Colavito will lead off the bottom of the second. Colavito comes into the game hitting, where the hell is he? .304, 12 home runs, 29 RBIs. Ortega gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-7 right-handed grounder to short, fielded by Brinkman, who throws him out. That'll bring up Hauser, the second baseman. Hauser has not played much. He's 16 for 60, 267 average. Ortega's pitch is a 3-8. He pops him up left side. That's going to be Brinkman again. Makes the catch and quickly 2 down. And that will bring up the catcher, Joe Askew. Askew, 227, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Ortega into the windup. That's a 2-11 right-handed, and he grounds one sharply up the middle and through into center field for a 2-out single. That'll turn the lineup over at least. That gets Sonny Siebert to the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. Ortega from the stretch on a 6-8, flies it to center. Routine for Locke, who puts it away, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. 2 innings. It is Indians 2, Senators nothing. And that was 19. Interesting, Ben. A 2-field team. Yeah, that reminds me, just a couple of years ago, Toronto played in 3 different ballparks. Isn't that right? I remember that because in one of the leagues I was in, keeper leagues, we were doing the stadium draft, and there was a lot of controversy over whether you could draft the stock ballpark, in other words, the cumulative average of the 3, or if you had to pick one of the actual 3. Strat-O-Matic actually rated Toronto for 4 different ballparks that year, the 3 they played in, plus a composite ballpark. Third inning, top of the order for Washington. Blasingame struck out in the first. Sonny Siebert gets the sign. The pitch is a 3-7 righty, and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Blasingame. Oh, wow. So that was 5 years ago already? Man, time's a bitch. Here's Savarin 0 for 1. Batting left-handed, Siebert out of the stretch now. It's a 5-9 left-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Siebert. And the batter will be Jim King. King walked in the first. Sonny Siebert getting his sign. It's a 5-10 left-handed. High pop to center. Way up there and shallow. Davalillo coming in, waits for it, and puts it away. Mile high pop up there by King. That was a big league pop up. Here's Howard, 0 for 1. Siebert's pitch is a 4-5 righty. He hits that one fairly deep to center. Davalillo backing up now and hauls it in to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. 3 scoreless for Siebert. His club ahead 2-0. Thank you, Ben. Ben, the answer man today. Maybe not the shell answer man, but the answer man nonetheless. That reminds me when I was in school. I think it was high school. I'm not sure exactly. And the teacher asked one of my classmates something, and he said, "What do I look like, the shell answer man?" I can't remember if he had to make the obligatory trip to the vice principal's office or not. Probably. Okay, bottom of the third. Here's Davalillo to start it off. He's 0 for 1. Ortega into the windup. It's going to be a 6-5 left-handed, a grounder to short X. That's Brinkman, 2E29. Eddie into the hole. On an 8, that's going to be the E range. It's a 6. Just double checking now. A 6 on a 29. That's probably going to be an error, and it is. Error on Brinkman. Well, 3 errors already in this game. Davalillo with excellent speed. -2, he's 13 not held. They're going to, oh boy. They're not going to hold him on, but they're going to bring the infield in. Washington protecting against the bunt here with Simone a B. Davalillo can go 1-13. And honestly, I'm on the fence on that one. I'll tell you what, we're going to roll for it. 1-3 goes. He does not go, and here's the pitch to Simone. On a 4-5 right hand, it's a fly ball to right. King ranging over and puts it away. One away. Here's Wagner. Hit a deep fly ball to right field in the first inning. How about that, Franklin? I didn't even think about that. You're right. Hello, Captain Carl. Welcome. Ortega out of the stretch. It's a 5-8 lefty. That's going to be a grounder to first base. Nen has it. He goes down to Brinkman for 1. Back to first, not in time. That'll be a force. So Wagner at first, 2 down, and here's Max Alvis, responsible for both of the runs so far with a 2-run shot in the first. Ortega gets the sign. The pitch to Alvis is a 6-6 righty. Hard smash to third. It's Savarin over to Nen, and that will wrap up the third inning. No runs, no hits, a man left. Through 3, it is 2-0 Indians. I think I changed once so far during the replay. I remember my 20 was, a couple of the numbers on my 20 were getting slightly difficult to read. My apologies, everybody. I say if I seem a bit distracted today, I kind of am. I'm trying to zoom in my focus here. 2-0. We go to the 4th inning. Nen, Locke, and Casanova for Washington. Siebert into the windup. That's going to be a 2-5 right-handed, and that's ripped into right field for a base hit, double to 4, and that will be a single for Dick Nen. So Nen, 2 for 2, has both of the Washington hits so far. That'll bring up the center fielder, Don Locke. Siebert checks the runner. Now from the stretch comes in with a 2-9 righty. Called strike 3. Third strikeout for Sonny Siebert as Honachik rings Locke up. 1 down, and here's Casanova. Reached on an error in the second. Siebert from the stretch, and we got a die out of the tower and on the floor. Got it as Casanova fouls it straight back. Siebert will rev up a new ball, and here we go again. It's a 5-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sonny Siebert. That's 4 now in the ball game. And that'll leave it up to Eddie Brinkman. Siebert the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-8. He pops him up. Simone will take it. And Nen is stranded once again. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Siebert, a no-hitter in real life. In my game, only a no-hitter if you don't count Dick Nen. Oh, sweet, Captain Carl. The 67 debut of Tom Seaver. How far are you along, Carl? Sorry, bumped the table. Whitfield, Colavito, and Hauser due up for Cleveland in the bottom of the fourth. Ortega gets his sign now into the windup. That's a 2-9 right-handed high fly ball to deep right field. King backing up just shy of the track makes the catch. And Whitfield gave it a ride. It's just a loud out to right field. And here's Rocky Colavito. Ortega gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-4 righty. Hard smash to short. Brinkman over to Nen. 2 down. So Colavito grounds to short for the second time. With 2 out, here's Dick Hauser. The pitch from Ortega is a 3-8 right-handed. He pops him up left side. And Brinkman will put it away to end the inning. 1-2-3 goes Cleveland in the bottom of the fourth. We've played 4. It's 2-0 Indians. Exactly 500 behind me. Oh, so you're just getting started. That's all right. You know, the longest journey in a single step and all of that. I'll tell you, that's one thing I'm really way past now. When I was younger, I would let my anxiety disorder kick in, and I was just obsessed with finishing the replay. And I think probably mostly thanks to you guys and broadcasting the games live, I really don't care when I finish it. It'll get finished at some point. One game at a time. Phil Ortega leads off the fifth. Sonny Siebert with the pitch. That's going to be a 4-10 right-handed. Fly to center field X. Davalillo on his horse. Good outfielder, 2E5. Here's the play on a 17. He runs it down for the out. Exactly. Enjoy the journey. I'm thinking of Clark Griswold now in Vacation, but getting there is half the fun. And Ben comes in with the national. Oh my God, that's a great minds, Ben. Great minds. Hello, Kyle. Welcome in. How are you doing today, Kyle? Blasingame 0 for 1 with the walk. Siebert's pitch to Don Blasingame is a 2-9 righty. Routine grounder to second. Hauser takes it, flips it to Whitfield, and quickly there's 2 away. Saverin will be the hitter. Siebert into the windup. On a 4-7 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's strikeout number 5 for Sonny Siebert, and that will end the top of the fifth. Halfway through quickly in a 2-0 duel here. Just 2 hits per side. Fortunately for the Indians, one of their 2 hits was a 2-run home run. I keep thinking that's Mookie rattling the blinds, but it's the wind. It'll be Askew, Siebert, and Davalillo in the bottom of the inning. Askew singled his first time up, one of 2 Cleveland hits today. Ortega into the windup. That's going to be a 5-8 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Right there in the danger zone. He strikes out Askew. Ortega definitely has a bit of an extra base hit and more specifically home run problem against righties, doesn't he? Here's Siebert. The pitch is a 5-7 swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Ortega. That's 3 in the game for Phil, and with 2 outs, Vic Davalillo will come to bat. Ortega gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-5 right-handed liner to first, single to 7. That is going to be a single for Vic Davalillo. And Davalillo with great speed at first base. Let's look at that battery again. -2 is the battery. So 13 not held. They're going to hold him this time at 11. Simone will swing away with the runner held. It's a 2-5 righty. Single into right field. Davalillo all the way to third. And the Indians have runners at the corners with 2 down. And that will get Leon Wagner to the plate. Wagner, the team's leading hitter, came into the game at .331. Kudos for sticking with it, Kyle. That's dedication. Ortega in a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. Leon Wagner standing at the plate. Runners take their lead. There's the pitch now on a 6-8 left-handed. Pops him up right side. Nen will take it. And Ortega works out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 5 innings in the books. It's 2-0 Cleveland. Boy, I ate right before the game. Remind me not to do that. I think I've got more energy when I just go on caffeine for the game and eat after. We'll take it nice and slow. Here's King to lead things off. 0 for 1 with a walk. Siebert into the windup. That's going to be a 4-10 left-handed. Fly to center field X. Davalillo once again. 2E5. He's on his horse. Here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get it. That's going to drop for a single. That would have taken a 1 to make that play. And King with the 3rd Washington hit of the afternoon. Frank Howard strides to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Siebert gets the sign. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Howard on a 3-6 righty. That's a single 19. Liner third base way and through into left field. Playing shallow, Wagner gets it back in quickly, and King will hold at second. And the Senators have something going here in the 6th. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Siebert 8 for endurance. So no issues there. Dick Nan, who's 2 for 2, strides to the plate. Siebert gets the sign from Askew. The windup and the pitch is a 6-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Siebert finally figures a way to get Nen out. Big strikeout there for Siebert with 1 out. Here's Don Locke. Siebert trying to coax a ground ball out of Locke. Here's the pitch now on a 1-2. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Wagner. At the track, at the wall, and makes the catch at the wall. Oh, what a huge play that was. On a 1-2 right, he homered to 10. He rolled to 14. Locke came very close to giving his team the lead there, but it's caught at the wall in left field. And it'll be up to Casanova, 0 for 2. The pitch for Casanova is a 2-7 righty. He lifts it to center. That's going to be playable for Davalillo. He puts it away. And Siebert pitches out of it. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 6 goose eggs so far for Sonny Siebert. And you have to admit, he's been a little bit fortunate so far. Not to take anything away from him, that's a good card. He also gives up a few home runs, 25 in 241 innings. Which I guess isn't bad, but in that park, it almost is. Not as bad as Ortega, though. Look at all those diamonds on his card. If we're not playing ballpark effects, of course. But you can kind of tell just by a quick glance at the card, rather than looking at the home runs. I just take a quick glance at the diamonds. When you see 6 diamonds against the right-hander, 29 homers in 197 innings. Elvis, Whitfield, and Colavito to come to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Ortega gets the sign. That's a 4-4 righty grounder to third base X. Tough chance for Savarin, a 4-18. Here's the play on a 20. He makes a fine stop, throws across in time. 5-3X, nice play, Bob Savarin. That'll bring up Whitfield, who's 0 for 2. Is that a fact, Frank? How about that? Yeah, I would agree with Ben. If I were a betting man, Whitfield 0 for 2, Ortega into the windup. That's a 3-8 right-handed grounder to shortstop. Routine for Brinkman, who throws him out. And there's 2 down. Rocky Colavito with 2 away. Ortega into the windup. That's going to be a 3-8 right-handed comebacker. Ortega takes it, flips it to Nan, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ortega. So Ortega now has not allowed a run since the first. He's settled in nicely, and after 6 innings, it's a 2-0 pitcher's duel. Indians leading. Hello, John DFW. Thank you for that, John. Apparently only 3 miles an hour out to left. So the wind, not a huge factor. Well, Ben and I would have lost money. Something neither of us can afford to do. And that's why I don't bet anymore. Okay? And what got into that Crow Armstrong? I got to tell you what. Okay, watching him last year, it was clear to me that he was the best fielding player in the game, certainly the best center fielder. And he was in our rookie draft in our keeper leagues last year. Man, I should have grabbed him. There's no way I saw him hitting like this. Just did not see that one coming. Wood, on the other hand, is a stud. It's Brinkman, Ortega's spot. Boy, this is tough. I'm going to throw that out to the group. Would you pinch hit for Ortega? I think we almost have to, don't we? Yeah, I would agree with that, Frank. If I were drafting, I would take Wood over Armstrong. And he's only 22, I think, right? He's very young. Brinkman 0 for 2. Siebert into the windup. 2-6 right-handed as a grounder to short. Simone takes it and throws him out, and trailing by 2. Unfortunately, that's going to end Ortega's day. Phil Ortega goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Didn't walk anybody. Whoops, 2 unearned runs, I might add. Struck out 3. Let's see who's going to be throwing here in the pen. It's going to be Casey Cox throwing down there in the Senators' pen. And with 1 out, the pinch hitter against Siebert. Give me a minute here. I'm looking at their outfield alignment. King is in right. Locke's not going to come out. Fred Valentine will be the pinch hitter. Valentine, a switch hitter. He's probably been the Senators' best player so far this year, not in the starting lineup today. He's batting .282, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs, 21 extra base hits, and 11 of 13 stealing. Batting left-handed against Siebert. Siebert gets the sign. Pitch to Valentine on a 4-11 lefty. He hits it the other way. Fly ball left field X. Tough chance for Wagner, a 4-3. Wagner towards the line on a 19. That's going to drop for a base hit. Valentine with excellent speed with a pinch hit single with 1 out. He's a star 17. 0 minus 2, so he's 15, held at 13. Blasingame the batter. Siebert working from the stretch. Runner held. It's a 6-4 lefty. Grounder to short X. That's Simone. 4-34. Hold your breath on this one. It's a 1. He's not going to get it. That's a base hit into right. All the way to third goes Valentine. And Washington in business here in the 7th. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Blasingame not a threat to run. Bob Savarin coming to the plate. Savarin 0 for 3, struck out twice. Infield at double play depth. One away. Here's the pitch. On a 1-6 righty, base hit up the middle. That's going to drive in the first Washington run of the game. 1-6 to center. Blasingame can go to third on that. 13, Davalillo with a +1. Let me double check that. Is that right? Yes, +1, 14. And he's the tying run. So if he goes, they're going to throw. They're going to hold him up. So Valentine scores on the RBI single by Savra, and that makes it 2-1 now. 3 hits in the inning off of Siebert. That's going to get him stirring in the Cleveland pen. Pretty much everybody's available. It'll be Steve Hargan in the pen, getting loose. Jim King at the plate. First and second, 1 out in a 2-1 ball game. King 1 for 2 with a walk. Siebert. A 4-10 left-handed fly ball to center field X. That's Davalillo. 2-5. Davalillo ranging to his right. It's a 17, and he makes a fine running catch for the second out. Two to 1 in the 7th. 2 down, runners at first and second, and here's Frank Howard. That's going to send Askew out to the mound. Okay, we're ready to go now. Howard standing in, runners take their lead. The pitch to Frank Howard is a 2-6 righty. Fly to center, that's going to do it. Davalillo is there, and the side is retired. The Senators settle for a run on 3 hits, and they leave 2. So the chance goes to waste there for Washington. And as we stretch, it's 2-1 Indians. When we come back, Casey Cox will take over pitching for the Senators. And yes, Kyle, the pinch hitting move is vindicated. They got him a run. I'm going to get some coffee, and then we'll fire up the Mookie Cam. I have to admit, before the game, I was looking around thinking, what could I put down here if I had a little display something or other that could shoot off some fireworks? Or at least simulate fireworks, I should say. This thing appears to be broken. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. It says it's taking a charge. I was thinking of using Mookie's glow toy. And then I was going to set it loose to see if we could get him chasing it. But there he is, just staring outside. Warm, kind of overcast today. Mid to high 70s. Possible thunderstorms, they're saying. And it feels like it. The air feels like it. There he is. What'd you do with your other toy, Mook? Where's the ball that chirps? Huh? Yeah, you can see it. It's kind of gray skies. Very pleasant. Just ever so slightly humid. Franklin, I don't. You have to go down closer to downtown for that. I'll hear them. Not the big show, of course, but individual people setting stuff off. What do you got there? How about this fish? You want to play with this fish? Go get it. Don't be so lazy. I know, right? Look at his swing. And the fish is belted deep to deep front door. Back goes the laundry hamper. It's gone as Mookie rounds the bases. Oh, he's all jacked up now. Come on, Mook, make it happen. Do something. I tell you, one of these days we're going to get him active at this time. How about this thing? He says, oh, y'all play, but I'm not going to get up. You got to bring it to me. Oh, that reminds me. There was a wasp or a hornet in here this morning. He made quick work of that. Yeah, he'll catch flies. He got a fly off the ceiling once. Remember last fall when I drove down to California, we had a motel room in Williams, California. Got into the room and there were a couple of flies on the front window, and he took those down. So you don't have to worry about bugs when you got Mookie. He doesn't care what kind they are, he'll get them. Let's see if I missed anything here. Oh, a hidden ball trick. That's on the super advanced fielding, isn't it? Yeah, he thought I had some treats, and he was whacking at me the other night. All right, Casey Cox. We go to the bottom of the seventh in an excellent 2-1 game here on the 4th of July. Bottom third of the order for Cleveland. It's Hauser, Askew, and then the pitcher's spot. Casey Cox on the season is 2-5 with a save, with 3.09 ERA. Gets his sign from Casanova. Fitzhauser is a 6-6 right-handed. He lifts it to center, playable for Locke, who hauls it in. And there's one away. Get out the catnip. I rub that on his scratching post sometimes. Usually when he tries to scratch at the furniture, to dissuade him from that, I rub some catnip on the scratching post. It works. He goes right for it. Here's Joe Askew, 1 for 2. Cox into the windup. That's going to be a 6-9 right-handed, and that ball is drilled to deep left field. Going back is Howard, at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall for extra bases. Askew chugging into second with a stand-up double. This is tough. I really want to leave Seabird in. Okay, let's get serious here. I'm the Indians, right? If I'm the Indians, my best chance to win this game is with Seabird on the mound. He's going to stay in. And he squares the bunt. It's a B, a 10B. And he bunts into the force play. Or not a force play, but he bunts into an out. Well, that's going to go 1-5. Askew is out. Well, that didn't work out. Here's Davalillo. 1 for 3. Cox with the pitch. It's going to be a 6-3 left-handed fly to left field X. Tough chance for Howard. Howard, not much range out there. 5-E-5. Here's the play on a 16, and he can't get it. That's a 2-star single. So the missed bunt cost the Indians a run. Runners at the corners, 2 away, and Chico Simone the batter. Simone 1 for 3. Cox checks the runners. Comes to the plate 5-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. He's fading his own hands, so to speak. 4-E-13. And here's the play on a 2. He can't get it. That's a 2-star single, and the run will score. So Cox unable to come up with it. There'll be an RBI single for Simone. Scoring is Sonny Seabird. All the way to third goes Vic Davalillo, and it's 3-1. Well, not pinch hitting for Seabird. Didn't hurt the Indians any. And up steps Leon Wagner. Cox gets the sign. Pitch to Wagner on a 2-2. Foul ball back of the plate. Casanova will take it, and that'll do it. Insurance run for the Indians. On 3 hits, they leave a pair. After 7 complete, it's 3-1. Going to the 8th, let's look at the Cleveland defense. I'm going to bring in Landis and Brown. Jim Landis will take over in left, 2E4, +1 arm. Larry Brown will be the new shortstop. 331, 13 runner. And Sonny Siebert remains in the game and takes a 2-run lead to the 8th inning. Yeah, right, Frank. No mice here, man, I'll tell you that. I almost wish there was, just for the entertainment value. Okay, we go to the 8th inning in a 3-1 game here on the 4th of July. Siebert in his first endurance inning will be facing Nanlock and Casanova. Dick Nen 2 for 3 today. Siebert gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-6 left-handed. Flies it the other way to left. That's where Landis has been inserted. And he makes the catch for the first out. And yet another case of come into the game and the ball will find you. Here's Locke 0 for 3. Siebert into the windup. It's a 5-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. What is that now? 4, 5, 6. That's 7 Ks now for Siebert. And with 2 down, we're going to let Casanova bat. Not a whole lot on the bench. Casanova will hit here. Here's the pitch from Siebert. It's a 1-5 righty. Called strike 3. That's strikeout number 8 for Siebert. 1, 2, 3 go the Senators in the 8th. And Siebert finds himself 3 outs from a complete game. Well, maybe. I don't know. Did you go buy one? Frank, I'm afraid neither my bloodlust nor my wallet are that fat. Right, left, right. Casey Cox will pitch his second inning. Elvis 1 for 3 with a home run. First inning 2-run homer, and it's still standing up here in the 8th. Cox into the windup. It's a 4-7 right-handed, a grounder to short, fielded by Brinkman, who throws him out. And with 1 away, it will be Fred Whitfield coming to the plate. Whitfield 0 for 3 today. Cox gets the sign. The pitch is a 3-8 right-handed, grounder to short. Brinkman charging on the run. He's out. Rocky Colavito will bat with 2 down. Cox gets his sign. The pitch is a 3-6 righty. It's a high fly ball crushed to left field. Howard starts back and then just watches it go. Way back and gone for Rocky Colavito. And a big insurance run here for Cleveland. For Colavito, that is number 13 on the season, and that moves him into the league leaders. Remember how hot he started off? Cooled off some, but he's shown signs of coming out of it of late. Happy 4th, Astros Reefer. Welcome. Batter will be Hauser. Dick Hauser 0 for 3. The pitch is a 2-7 righty, and he walks him. Cox rated 3 for relief endurance, so that's no issue. Batter will be Askew, who's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch now on a 2-9 right-handed, right in the heart of his good column. He rolls over 1 to second. Blasingame flips it to Nen, and that retires the side. But a big insurance run on the Rocky Colavito blast. It's 4-1 Indians. as we go to the ninth. I want to thank everybody for taking some time out from the holiday to watch this game. Very close game, at least through 6.5. Taking off the jacket and the pen, Dick Radats, just in case. Siebert, of course, will be given every opportunity to finish it himself. Exactly, Franklin. He'll either befriend it or it's going to be a mess to clean up. Exactly, Ben. Yep, they had their shot in the 7th. They got one. They had a really good chance to tie it. The 6th as well. 2 singles to lead it off, and they got nothing out of it. So you can't say the Senators haven't had their chances in this one. And now Siebert trying to finish it off. Brinkman, a pinch hitter, and Blasingame. Siebert's pitch to Brinkman. A 4-12 righty, he grounds it to short. It's going to be Brown throwing him out. Brown inserted for defense. Started to say Simone, but it's not. All right, let's see what we got here. Pinch hitting. Who's the best guy they have? It's got to be Ken McMullen. Both McMullen and Valentine pinch hit in this game in real life. McMullen on the year, 234, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. Siebert into the windup. The pitch to Ken McMullen is a 3-8 righty. Grounders to third. It's going to be Alvis fielding it. Throws to Whitfield. And the Senators are down to their last out. Will it be Blasingame? Not much of a hitter, Blasingame. But what have you got? Got Savarin on deck. They're going to pinch hit for Blasingame with Willie Kirkland. So down to their last out, they called a Willie Kirkland to try to get something going. Kirkland just 3 for 26, however. One of those hits a home run, batting 115. Oh man, the Indians fans can smell it. Here's the pitch to Kirkland. It's a 3-7 right-handed grounder to second. That should do it. Hauser to Whitfield, and that's the ball game. 4-1 the final score. A hell of a game by Sonny Siebert. No, it wasn't a no-hitter, but he certainly did not disappoint here. He improves his record to 7-2 on the season. Gave up 7 hits, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 8. It really is, Franklin. I really wish I had some kind of fireworks show for you guys. I couldn't think of anything. Ortega, the hard luck loser, did not allow an earned run in 6 innings, and he drops to 2-5. Casey Cox in his 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. 1 walk and no strikeouts. I would say that Sonny Siebert's your player of the game, yes. Seven and 2, that's impressive. Indians win it with 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Senators 1 run, 7 hits, 2 errors. I remember not that long ago, the Senators were in the race, now 25 and 31. Cleveland hanging in there at 28 and 22. No game tomorrow. When we come back on Sunday, we're going to have the New York Yankees at the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers, another good team who've been struggling lately. Jim Bouton gets the start for the Yankees. Hank Aguirre will take the mound for the Tigers. And the Tigers will try to get well in what has been, frankly, a really bad Yankee team this season. So everybody, enjoy your 4th. Enjoy the fireworks. Bob's providing some fireworks. There we go. I know, Unmitigated. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for the dogs on the 4th. My mom, or really rather my stepdad, they used to have a dog that would just go absolutely insane on the 4th. I wonder how Phaedra is going to handle it. That's Mookie's canine companion. Anyway, that's the ball game. 4th of July game. I'll see you all Sunday. For Mookie and myself, we want to wish you all a safe and sane 4th of July. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. See you on Sunday, I hope. Bye for now.